So in terms of theory presentation in the throwing sports or the throwing transition in the weight room, it's an area that's near and dear to me because of the sport I played, obviously, but it's something that, you know, in the last 15 years of lecturing, I just don't get to talk about all that much. The reason being is there's not a lot of people that really want to hear about it. And I'll talk about why before we get into what we're going to talk about in terms of theory and why I think it is important and why I do believe it's not just a missing piece of human performance application from weight room to field, but I think it's a big enough piece if used without the minutia specificity of, say, track and field or throwing a baseball as a pitcher, where it gets so down the rabbit hole that it becomes a sport into itself, but just in very broad general sense, which we'll talk about in this setting and tomorrow, is it allows the athlete to be able to translate human performance, especially in dynamic concentric action or overcoming actions, in a way that we can't often mimic with barbells, kettlebells, etc. Because we're limited by the structure of the equipment that we're using, or we're limited by the space, right? Like even CrossFit, when they got super creative and started doing wall balls a decade ago, which seemed cutting edge to people that had been doing bodybuilding-esque workouts for the probably 10 years previous. I mean, that's just track and field practice stuff, right?